Welcome to another 501 Witty podcast. Good fucking morning, everyone out there. Good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this shit. Thanks for coming back. Hey, we're glad to hear it. Myself, the Phoenix. Y'all know the vibes. Go ahead, E-Bob.
Myself, Mr. Bobby Timms, aka the Photo Mac, aka the Mac Daddy. No, I'm playing.
Oh shit.
Let me stop.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all know my wife watches this, so let me stop.
Can't be a Mac Daddy.
Nah, I'm not a Mac Daddy. I'm not a Mac Daddy.
To her.
I'm a father of two. That's gonna clear the Mac Daddy part up.
You can be a Mac Daddy still.
But nah, man. Y'all know what it is. I'm back. Feeling kind of
Under the weather.
under the weather due to my sinuses. No COVID. Y'all good?
Oh, I'm good. Hey,
Where they free?
vaccinated, whatever the case may be.
Are you vaccinated?
No, sir. I'm not vaccinated.
Are you vaccinated?
Vaccinated.
Oh, we got a vaccine in the building.
Got a vaccine in the building.
With Pfizer, Moderna, what you get? Johnson Johnson?
Moderna.
Oh, okay.
Moderna.
So you one shot Freddy. You out of there. Good.
But yeah, I just got a little sinusitis going on, man. My kids was sick last week due to daycare, so
They crud.
me being a dad, I got to take care of them, so it crept its way on up into my body, so. But yeah, man, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna knock it out. Ain't no thing.
Hey, man, we got somebody, I guess we say a special guest, but really the homie, you know what I'm saying? Another Cameron's finest, the Lost Boys, I call it, the Lost Boys. The Lost Boys. We actually doing our thing, kind of went our ways, but we all still making it.
In the workforce, I call it the first round draft picks.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Or the replacements. I didn't even look at it, but
I like that name better.
the replacements.
All the castaways.
Yeah, that's one of the castaways. Motherfuckers fucked up. But no, introduce yourself real quick, bro, to the people out there.
D. Reed, David Reeves, man. Me and these guys go back, like he said, from the Cameron days and beyond.
Yeah.
It really don't even seem that long ago, dude.
No.
Nah.
But it kind of was a little bit.
It went fast as shit too.
Yeah.
Like, cause how long were you in Cameron?
6 years.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
6 motherfucking years.
6
You
years.
was there how long?
I was there almost 3.
And look how fast this shit done went. And I was
Yeah.
there almost 11. Shit crazy. We done came and fucking
Are you at your other job and you looking around like I ain't in Kansas no more?
all that shit, right? I be like, fuck these niggas to the left and right. Like, fuck them. I don't know you, I don't know you. I'm gonna get this money and keep going. But nah, man. Hey, first of all, good seeing you.
Good seeing you too,
Nah,
bro.
good seeing you. I'm glad that you came through.
I missed the break room podcast we used to hold every
All
morning.
that shit. Like I said, shout out to T-Rock again. And shout out to Korea Dismute. Another OG out there. He old school now. He up there in age.
Mike C, Michael Chandler.
Old Chandler out there. Hey, A.B. Barnum, Adrian Moorhead. Y'all already seen Darnell Pfeiffer. He's already here, you know what I'm saying? But like everybody in the break room. Jeremy, for everybody that was out there in the break room.
Oh, for the old school vote, Leon, Ken,
All them
shout out.
Yeah. All them shout
I forgot
outs.
about all Leon.
Yeah, Leon Sims out
Yeah,
there.
Leon Sims.
Fucking playing cars and shit with, what's the old school?
Chester.
Chester.
Yeah, shit.
They both cheating each other.
Both cheating each other and all
playing.
about it.
He cheating. They still play each other every day. But man, first and foremost, how you been?
Pretty good, brother. Pretty good. You know, it was that little transition point we all went through when we first left there. But,
Yeah.
You know, kind of trying to find which way you was finna go, because we all didn't know.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see everybody, all our little crew bouncing back, landed on their feet,
Thanks.
I mean, he said to me in a text message when I got cut, when I got laid off.
Yeah.
You get that response in the text. He said, "I ain't worried about you. You'll land on your feet wherever you go."
Yeah.
So I appreciate that love at the time.
But everybody in that little round table, we was gonna be all right, because it was some real dudes. And that's one thing I will say about Cameron. That's one of the few places I worked at. I met some real dudes,
Yeah.
I will say.
What you got going on? You don't go into detail, but like what you got going on yourself?
I moved on, got another little job. I actually moved up, got a little supervisor gig now. I'm enjoying that. It was a transition because, like I say, Cameron kind of spoiled us a little bit.
So he moved on and moved up.
Yeah. So,
In a sense.
And we encourage everyone out there, you do the same too.
Yeah.
If it ain't working out for you, hey, look for that next opportunity out there where you can advance yourself as a person, professionally and personally.
Because I made a promise to myself. Next thing I did, it was going to be next level. So,
Yeah.
if you can do it for yourself, man.
Yeah. Because mental health is very important, guys. Like, if you're a woman, you're a man, take care of your psyche. Please, that's important, guys.
You're a woman and a man.
That too. I mean, if you got multiple whatevers, you know, or even if you're a hermaphrodite, you got both of them. Fuck it.
What is that?
You got a dick and a clit, my nigga.
Oh, wow.
You got just half and half for real in the coffin.
And there's my boy Clyde. There he is. I was waiting. Good morning, Clyde.
It's controversial, it's called.
Yeah.
Controversy.
Yeah, he's a little professor, the two professors before that. He below Clyde.
No,
There he is.
hey, we can keep talking. Trust me, we gonna keep talking.
The F-bomb coming to
I said one already. You hear me? Happy motherfucker say happy good fucking morning, afternoon, evening, whatever you got going on. Cause you know people watch this at different times.
There you go.
There you go. Wait, we got some more shit to talk. But man, we gonna talk about this general real quick. You know, I wish somebody else was here, but hey, it is what it is. The importance of just sports in the community and shit like that. Like you said, we know we have a lot of young princes out here about to become kings or whatever. I know you as a father who had a son who played sports at high school and collegiate level. I know that was very impactful to that young man.
Yeah.
And I know as a father, you know some proud moments and shit like that. But speak to like this in general, just from your upbringings and seeing it yourself, like the importance of just sports and just community activity like that.
It was very big, and a lot of those kids, and in Pine Bluff, they still don't have a lot of direction what to do, and mine started at an early age in sports. They started from 6 on up.
Yeah.
And when I first started with the oldest at the time, I was married at the time, so I had a blended family, and they all played sports. They all played.
Shout out to marriage.
Yeah, good shout out. And we all came in together when it came to them kids as far as going to practice and games. And all 4 of them, the 3 boys played football on all each level, and the girl, she was cheerleader.
Okay.
So we might get to the field for games 8 o'clock that morning and not leave till 3 o'clock that evening. Mm-hmm. That's the dedication you have to have as a parent, whether he's playing, he's the top prospect out there, mm-hmm. or he's sitting on the sideline the whole game. Just for him to turn around and look back there and see you, that means a lot to them kids. Yeah. You don't know how much that means. And you can feel it. Like mine, I always see them when if I was working overtime or something and get to the game late, I see them turn around and they be looking. Oh, there he is. And he cool after that. Once he see you, that kid see you in the stands, that's all that matters, And you ain't got to be, it doesn't matter if they starter or the worst kid on the team, just be there for them. And that's how I always felt you should.
Yeah, that's true.
I enjoyed every moment of it, even if it wasn't a game they were in, just being there for them. Because there's been times I'd work all night, because remember I told you this before I came to Cameron, I used to work at Stuttgart, right? Overnight. I would work overnight, get off, never change the uniform, anything, because by the time I get back to Pine Bluff, it's time to go straight to the field. I got enough time to get to the house, get my wife at the time and the kids, and we load up, stop by McDonald's, get breakfast, boom, we to the field. And we there all day till 3, maybe 4 o'clock.
Yep.
I go home, get an hour or 2 sleep, this is my weekend to work, boom, I'm back up, headed back to work for the night. And I'd be tired, but I enjoyed every minute of it.
So that investment was, like I said, it pays off.
Yeah, it pays off. You nurturing kids, you mentoring kids, and you leading them in the right direction. That let a kid know, regardless, is somebody got my back. And I ain't gonna speak on this individual because but I remember being at a game with this guy, and his kid wasn't the most athletic kid out there. He was a big, clumsy kid, and some guys were sitting behind us, like, really talking shit, going in on the kid. Yeah. Me as a father, I would have stood up and checked their ass on the spot right there. He just kind of sat there, and I'm sitting there too, like, goddamn, So maybe a few weeks later, he wasn't around at the games much. So I seen him in the street, like, hey, man, what's up? You ain't been to the game? Oh, man, what I'm gonna go for? He ain't doing nothing out there. And I'm like, hey, man, that's still your boy, whether he on the sideline. I ain't gonna be coming to them games. He ain't out there doing shit.
That's the wrong attitude.
I said, that ain't about him doing shit, man. He just as a parent, you're supposed to be there supporting him if he just standing there or not. And that day, I lost a lot of respect for this dude. I'd known him for a long time, but I lost a lot of respect behind it with him. You know, regardless of what they doing out there.
Yeah, be there.
Be there. You know.
Yeah.
And shout out to the mothers too, because at these practices, you see way more mothers than you do fathers. Now I don't know if it attributed to them father having to be at work, you know, which I understand.
Correct. Daddy can't get off.
Can't get off.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of mothers out there holding it down like every day. You know, I got a couple of names I like to shout out: Shanetta Stribling, Sion Klein. I mean, these ladies was there every single practice, every single game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and, you know, fathers too. But there was a lot of mothers out there too, you know, doing their thing.
Do you have a situation where even you yourself, granted you was a parent, but same thing you may have been a coach at the same time, like a parent coach?
Well, I coached baseball a lot for all of my kids. They all played baseball and t-ball and softball.
Yes, sir.
It was some games where I would have to. We had one big facility where they played it down there, a whole bunch of fields. I would run into my daughter's softball game. I was the coach for her softball game.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, that game be over. I run across the field, pull this t-shirt off, put another t-shirt on, and boom, go over here and I'm the t-ball coach over here.
Yeah.
You know, and then 2 hours later I got to be at work. You know.
Yes, sir.
And like I say, I enjoyed every minute of it. You know.
And can you speak a little more specific, like how was that overall as far as, you're a father at the same time, but at the same time you're mentoring other kids at the same time. So speak to like...
Coaching your own kids.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
And also to speak to the whole like, I have to not show favoritism to my child.
Yeah.
I got to still be level-headed at the same time, coach these other kids at the same level. So
Same
go
level.
talk to that. How was that, bro?
Now, my stepdaughter and my son Raekwon, the one that you work with, they were just naturals at baseball and softball. Mm-hmm. You know, and I was very proud with Ashton because I'm from scratch. She couldn't catch a ball, she couldn't do anything, but once she kind of got a grasp of it, she was a natural, took off. She was one of my best players, and Quan just seemed like he was born with a glove in his hand as far as playing, so he wasn't really hard to coach. It's just, you know, Ashton would always do everything I teach her, everything I say, boom, point blank, she gonna go do it. Quan, on the other hand, he gotta kind of buck a little bit. Well, why I gotta go to second base? You know, like, because I said so. You know, you want to be the parent part of it, but you can't. You know,
I said so.
You want to go on the parent side, but you got to give it the coach's side. Quan, you do both better in second than you would at shortstop today. I need you over there.
Yeah.
Go, and then boom, I got to do some coaching. Be at the same time to go, hey man, don't have a question when I tell you to do something. You know, I can get that parent side when I get to the house. Yeah. But right now, I got to put the coach hat on. But I will address this issue, or you can flip with me, you know.
Oh yeah.
When we get to the house.
He testing his nuts.
Yeah, he tested a little bit. But you know, but then as a coach is also, you see him do something great. And on the coach, all you can do is stand over there and they turn to see if you give the approval. All you can do is give him one of these, you know.
Yeah.
But inside, you got that Road Warrior pop going on.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's my kid, you know.
That's my motherfucking son.
Yeah, but you still just kind of maintain that coach's thing. Just good job, you know. But it's kind of cool wearing both hats. You know, you get to see the whole spectrum of everything. You know, that's like Ramar, the one that played football.
Yeah.
As a parent, it was cool. That was my kid. But as a fan, that was the best part of it. Just the stuff he did on the field.
Great.
You know, as a fan, watching him do all this and hearing all the adulation of the crowd and all that, yeah, that shit was cool. You know, as a parent, the proud thing was of the way he carried himself off the field, you know, how he never got the big head or, you know, never let any of that go to him. He was always humble. And that was the part I loved the most, that when people come up to me and praise me about his play on the field, the first thing they say, man, you got a good kid. He's respectful. He's this, he's that. That was the part that meant the most to me, you know, as a parent. You know, I love the fact that he was great on the field, but I really love the fact that the first thing they say is, hey, you got a great respect for a young man. You know, I love that. And that was all of them. That was how all of them were raised.
Yeah.
You know, because even after, you know, me and my wife split, we are still, even now, we are still two parents with the 4 kids, and we maintain whatever they do. We're a strong influence in their lives.
Yeah.
You know, and practice used to be pretty interesting because you have everybody there. You had all 4 kids, and me, my wife, Quan's mother, Ramar's mother. One big blended gathering here, supporting these kids. Same way at the game. Not only that, then you got my sisters and her family. So sometimes these kids have a big, fan section.
Yeah.
Because we were all there regardless of personal feelings or whatever. Everybody blended perfectly when it came to kids.
Child
on the field.
Yeah.
And they would look back and see this big cheering section and everybody cheering them on and getting along. And that was always a blessing too,
So you had kind of talked about it briefly as far as like the importance of being there.
Yeah.
Also, can you speak to like, now granted, some people's financial situations are different.
Yeah.
But speak to like the investing in your child, like, the equipment, being there for like, certain gatherings for car wash to raise money.
Yeah.
Or whatever you need to do.
All of that. Car washes, candy sales. I don't know if you remember when I was selling the cups that time, And then after, and this is the funny thing about it, when you first started doing that stuff, you're like, hey, can you buy this for my kid? When after you do a pro for years, we kind of come a bully of, hey man, buy this chocolate. You just approaching people like, hey, buy this. This for the kids. You ain't giving them no option of, hey, when you buy this, you just kind of, hey, buy this right now. And after you do it for years, that's just your mentality. I'm finna sell this candy, we finna make this money, and these kids finna take this trip.
Come on, man, it's for the kids.
Yeah.
Come on for the kids.
And it wasn't even no asking no more. Like, you see me, Clyde, walk around with that box of candy. Hey, buy these chocolates for the kids, for the football team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'll buy a couple, You gotta put them on the spot. But when you want to buy this candy? Well, get back with me on Wednesday, All right, forget that. We finna sell this candy, y'all finna buy it, and this for these kids,
Do you, go ahead and elaborate more as far as like, let's say you have a parent out there, I can't afford this, or this ain't really working in my particular side. Like, what other things can they do to help contribute to just being invested not only in their child, but just the overall structure and team itself?
And shout out to Little Angels in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. That's a team that's been around for many, many years. And that's the one my kids, Pee Wee, played all the way up till they started playing school ball.
Okay.
And that is a family, it's a lot of them down there, but I was a Little Angel. My family are Little Angels. Shout out the Ravens and the Titans, a few others, but we Little Angels. And all the teams down there, one thing I always admired was the family type of environment. And somebody can't afford some, people gonna rally around them and try to, help get their kids what they need. What I liked about the Little Angels, they would give you maybe a month or 2 months out of what you need to get to. Hey, try to get $10 a week in here so this will be paid off by then. Mm-hmm. So you have plenty of time, and then if you're still a little short at the end, the people will rally around you.
Gotcha. And just to elaborate more, like, just speak to like the effect it has on the community as a whole. Like, at that time, and even if you want to speak to maybe something you may be aware of now, like this involvement in
just what I saw. You had kids that couldn't get to practice. Parent couldn't get them there. They had no car. These coaches and these OGs to me, these older guys that I watched them do, and I hope it's still a tradition that these guys down here that's doing it now are carrying on. They would go pick these kids up. They had a big truck or a van, and you'd see them pulling up to practice with a truckload of kids that he done went around and picked them all up that didn't have rides to get to practice. Their parents can't get them there. They don't have the money to buy the equipment that they need. They got some over here that's a big bag of used stuff. Go in and get your size out that they'll provide for you, And that was impactful because you got a kid that want to play football but can't afford to play football. And they made sure that they still had the opportunity to come out here and, develop a skill set.
Yeah.
Develop, they still wanted to develop a kid, not just on the football field, but just as a person.
Yeah, because the biggest thing that sports does for just any kid, or let's say female or male, it gives you structure.
Builds character.
Yes.
It doesn't get some sort of discipline that you may not have had up to that point because now, hey, you're on time for practice. You have some kind of structured narrative in the code.
A place to be every day where 3 hours out the day, you can't get in no trouble because you're right here on this football field.
That's so key because they're away from certain influences out there where they could be over here because they lollygagging, fucking off and being bored and they just doing whatever it is to take up the time to fill in on the day.
And then after practice, you so dog-ass tired, you ain't going to want to go do that anyway.
I'm not getting no bullshit. I want to get a shower, eat, and go lay down.
And those guys, those coaches were so impactful on those kids that the kid would be like, hey, I ain't doing that. I don't want to go so-and-so on my ass. I ain't going to run that practice next week, Yeah, that's what a kid mentality was. Like, man, I ain't doing that shit. I ain't finna be running for the whole practice or go so-and-so say this, man. You know, and that was always some good way to be. You know, those coaches had those kids not scared, but, you know, they had that much respect that they stand up straight when they see them, you know.
So shout out to all the coaches out there. If you're watching this and you're a coach at any level, in any sport, hey, thank you very much for doing what you're doing for the community. This is black or white. I don't care what color you are. If you're out here being a positive influence on younger people, male or female, thank you. Like I said, thank you again, because that is very important and vital to your community and the world as a whole. Because it gives these children, like I said, structure, a certain sense of direction. It keeps them out of particular problems. It gives something to look forward to.
And the best part about it, a lot of those coaches, kids played for the team, but now they done moved on. They're playing next level now. But these guys are still coaches there. They're still participating. They're still active. Even though their child has moved on, they're still here doing the same thing every year, every week, you know, just, you know, structuring kids.
And it also builds, like I said, you said, Bobby, about building character. It lets children interact with one another at a certain particular point where you build that brotherhood and that sisterhood where you can rely on the next man left or right of you. And if you become a man, you're like, you know what, that's my nigga, that's my boy, that's my partner. I remember we was in the trenches, in the gridiron, or in the basketball court, or on the diamond. You know, you're getting down. And this, man, it builds so much great character. It's necessary, it's needed.
And like most of them, well, now Ramar, my oldest, most of his team, they played together from the age of, I would say, I think Ramar started at 8 or 9, all the way through high school.
That's dope.
Yeah. He had the same quarterback, Darius Skelton, from Pee-wees all the way through high school. The same backfield. Can you imagine having your same running back and quarterback for like 6 years straight? You know, those two were like, I mean,
they were chemistry there.
Yes.
So you already know what's going on.
Like the greatest tag team in wrestling.
Of course,
man. No, it's like to watch those two. It's like if something would go wrong on the field, they could analyze each other to know what they were going to do to get themselves out of the situation. By 11th grade, they were just click tight like that on the field. You could see it, you know. Like Darius hiked the ball, and the play was set up a certain way, and when it didn't form that way, they would have a look to each other where they figure it out. You could tell they were figuring it out on the field. And that's after playing from, like I say, the age of 8 all the way through school. I would love to see those two carried it on. They were a great team together.
Do you have, your kids kind of big now, but do you have any like sons or nephews and anything like that, you know, is currently doing that right now, that's still out there?
My nephew Caden, he's good at basketball, but I don't know if he's playing any school ball yet.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's probably about my oldest nephew. Not right off. I would love to see that.
I know you probably don't, you're making up each of the streets like it used to be, but do you think the same values that were there when you was coming up as a father and as a coach, do you think they're still in place today?
They're trying to be. It's just such a different era. You know, I can see that they haven't got a whole adjustment to this era of kids yet. You know, you have to kind of analyze these kids and figure them out. I don't think these kids here have been quite figured out yet. You know, what to do to kind of like get them on the right track.
Because from a coach, you know, for example, things are PC now. You know, what a coach can do back then and how they can say what they can do, they may not be able to fly nowadays. You may gotta kind of be cautious how you talk to these children, because you got these parents too. They try to be. Now you may not run. Did you run into this problem back in the day where you be doing your thing as a coach? You got a parent in the stands think they can coach too?
I don't. No, not really that. More so of a parent that would enable a kid. And I had a kid, man, 2 of us guys coaching. And batting practice, going around, we doing what the thing was. And the coach told him to do something.
Okay.
And the kid didn't want to do it. Oh, he told him to go to third. Oh, go to third? He's like, dude, go, this practice, this ain't a game. Just go to third and you should go to third. He said, I ain't going to third. He said, you can go to third, you can go sit in the bleachers. Fuck you, punk.
Wow.
Ball stomped off, stay in the bleachers. So his mom comes, practice, why is my kid in the bleachers? Well, he cussed out a coach. You know, well, what happened? I told him to go to third base and he didn't want to go, he cursed him out. He said, well, my kid, you know, maybe you should try to reason with him, and you know, maybe you could have offered him an extra bad price. And he was trying to explain the situation. Like, hold up. We're not here to try to explain anything to your kid. We don't have to. If we did that, we would be here all day. Well, why I got to do this? Well, that's how he understands. No, either he's gonna be coached. And do what we say, he's not gonna be on this team. You know?
And it's unfortunate, brother. That's just another example. I deal with this shit on my second job, Dave and Buster's. Even last night when I was working, you got a lot of fucking dumbass kids out here, and these parents ain't checking these motherfucking kids. Like, if I have a situation with this minor, I'm a fucking adult. I'm not gonna explain myself to a fucking kid.
Yes.
And if I tell you what happened, I have no reason to lie on your child. What am I gaining? You should check the fucking kid. Don't try to reason with me about how I should go about my job. And in your case, how the fuck I'm gonna... Don't tell me how to reason with this motherfucker. This kid cursed at an adult. There's nothing to be said.
And it was this kid's third outburst. I was ready to toss him in. Yeah. I told his mother to his face, if he left up to me, he'd be gone already.
Yeah, so fuck you as a parent and fuck them kids. Get out of here.
When that type of behavior, man, it starts
at home.
It starts at home with the parents. And it's like they fail to realize that, you know what I'm saying? Like, your kid gonna only act on how they see you act or how they see somebody that's close to them, how they act. So they automatically gonna go to that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then they just got that's how they act outside of everything.
Yeah.
My dad mentality was, I ain't gonna do that. I don't want my dad crazy ass to show up here, you know.
Right.
They already know, you know.
Yeah.
He said, what? You know, hey, put your little ass here.
The first thing she should have did is like, he cursed at who? I am so sorry, coach.
Yeah, right.
What the fuck wrong with you?
Right.
Who are you? You're not. First of all, you're not grown. And who the fuck are you to curse at a grown?
Told us we should have gave him an extra at bat or something to convince him to go to third. Like, we're not going to convince him with shit.
Are you fucking kidding me? You motherfucker, man, boy, nigga, please.
So it's almost like she's
enabling them.
Right. I mean, that's crazy.
She agrees with his approach to his situation. You can curse at grown people.
Yeah.
What the fuck wrong with you? Man, get the fuck out of here. You know, we'll be good. His ass sorry anyway. Get his ass out of here.
That's what's wrong with him. It's the parents.
It's kids,
I blame the parents. I don't blame the kids. I blame the parents.
I agree. No,
I blame the parents 100%.
Yeah, I mean, just last night, I had a fucking woman. Once again, kids lying. They ain't supposed to be there. They use another adult to get in. So we catch them in that motherfucking lie. Now, as I go to grab them, tell them to go outside because they in the wrong. Little girl, she couldn't be no more than 15, 16. Cursing. Like, God damn it, these motherfuckers like saying shit.
Yeah. I'm
like, hold on, man. First of all, I'm an adult, man. Who the fuck are you to curse at me? Get your ass out of here. Go, bye, get out. Make sure all five of you gone. The parent fucking show up. Instead of checking the damn girl, she was trying to argue with me to let the kid back in. Who the fuck, what really we doing this? We doing this for real? So the kid don't even like suffer, no consequences. So guess what? They gonna go somewhere else, like you said, Bobby, do the same dumb shit.
Even if you pull up to the situation and you know your kid is in the wrong, they let you know if it started home. If you know your kid in the wrong, if you know your child and cuss this man out, they got authority over kids or whatever.
Yeah.
And you pull up and try to argue with him, come on now.
I want to take my gun off with the parent too. Like, you dumbass bitch.
Your kid is over here cussing a grown man out, and you want to reason with your child and go argue with this man.
Yeah.
Come on now. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Like, yeah, we can take a quick commercial break. Hey, enjoy the commercial. Follow the channel, man. What the fuck y'all waiting on? Subscribe. We'll see you in the back end. Listen, motherfuckers. Stop what you're doing right motherfucking now. Subscribe to 501 Witty. That's 501 Witty. That's a W, like titty, but with a fucking W. And make sure you like, comment, and share this motherfucking video. Enjoy the motherfucking podcast. I gotta fucking go. I'm on the motherfucking run.
Welcome back. Hope y'all enjoyed that commercial break.
Follow instructions.
Yeah, go follow the channel, go subscribe.
What you waiting on?
Go support. And if you'd like to be featured on podcasts, hit me or your boy up right here.
Inbox of serious inquiries only. You gotta have something going on with yourself. If you just started, give it some time that we had young.
Yeah. But yeah, we back, man. We're finna turn up one more time with the homie over here.
I guess old school. To me, you old school. You OG.
Feel old school sometimes.
Yeah, but you old school. I mean, I don't disclose your age, but your ass, you old school.
You get out of bed, bones, get the cracking, and got to sit on the edge of the bed for about 5 minutes before you actually get up. That's how you know.
Now, when you're real old, you gotta go and roll and get on out. If you sit on the edge, you're gonna be stuck there for a minute.
Oh, you right.
You gotta hit it rolling, man.
Oh, shit. Why I do this shit?
Get that run and roll, hit the floor, go get it started.
Yeah.
Just crack your way on to the bathroom.
Yeah.
OG, old school Dave. And I used to fuck with you at work, Dave Reedus.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, I know. Just mispronounced your name on purpose to fuck with you.
Oh, man.
But now we started talking earlier about just bringing boys to men in general, but we kind of just kick back a little bit more, man. Like first of all, go ahead.
Shout out Raekwon Reeves, about to graduate this weekend. My boy, congratulations, son.
Yeah, you did it. You made it. Now get the fuck out and go do something with yourself.
Yeah, this when it gets real, son.
Yeah,
Hey,
everything you want your ass is about to happen.
Hey,
now.
and when he say it gets real, take heed when what he say, because it gets real.
And it gets real quick. So.
Real quick. For real.
Yeah, remember this: life ain't fair. As a man, just take care of your business and do what you need to do to get above any adversity that come your way or any adversity that come your way.
You're gonna take some falls, but best thing is you
Get your
just
ass
get
up.
up, dust yourself off, and start over.
As for any little young man that's watching this, you know what I'm saying, get ready. And women, you're a young lady out there, graduating right across that stage and your life about to start for you. Hey, you got this. You got it.
Don't get hard, but don't give up.
And don't be fucking lazy. Be a part of the solution, not the problem. Please.
Good.
Jesus.
That part.
We got enough of that shit out there.
We got enough problems. As
Please, we got no problems. As a community, as a society, man, just be a part of the solution, man, not the fucking problem. But hey, man, shit, got you coming up pretty soon, bro. I know Bob don't really watch wrestling. He let this shit go when he was.
I let that go when I was about 13, man, and I ain't look back since.
And he younger than me a little bit, so he was literally on the back end of the action there.
I was
You was Stone Cold in the Rock.
I was Stone Cold in the Rock.
And most folks said quit watching wrestling. They said, I quit watching that Stone Cold in the Rock level.
I did 2000 shit like that.
Who was
99.
Goldberg, WCW?
Yeah, he's gonna change time.
I was kind of in that era right
He
there.
was from 95 to about 2000, 2001. That's the only time you remember, because you probably wasn't even watching in the new generation era.
Do they still do SmackDown?
Yeah.
Yeah, they come on every Friday.
See,
bro.
that lets you know I don't be on it like that no more.
Thanks
the last
to the Rock
time,
and shit like that.
yeah, like the last time I was really like,
big NWO fan as a kid.
who?
NWO.
I wasn't NWO.
Oh, no,
fan.
you probably was. You walking around cross chopping everybody. Huh?
Yeah,
I was doing
You one of the little bad kids running around, get kicked out of class. Across from you.
Suck it.
Yeah, Triple H. Yeah. But yeah, man. What was it? It was probably early 2000s, bro. Like early 2000s when I was just like, you know what? This ain't me no more. Let me go find something else.
Yeah. Before it turned cartoony. Yeah.
It depends on what you're looking at. But I see, go ahead.
No disrespect to you guys, though.
All right, none taken. I don't give a fuck.
If wrestling still floats your boat, roll with it.
Like I was telling people, like in general, man, I watch it because as you get older, you start to really learn behind the scenes shit.
Yeah.
You know how the shit's put together, what's going on. You understand the personal, behind the scenes person versus on the on-screen character, and how they tie the shit together, and how they still performing. They're still out there working, and what he's going to and actually be at that level.
And see, I think that's kind of what turned me off too, cause
You do too much.
around that era, they started letting you go behind the scenes a little more, like showing like, oh well, this is scripted and you got to say this and this and this. Then he gonna come out and do this and do that. I was just like,
Not just that, it also still started becoming kind of obvious, you know.
Right.
You know, you just kind of be like, you be a little skeptical,
Right.
but you're like, But nowadays it was just like the other night, man. That was the most blatant, egregious.
Are you talking about AEW?
I'm talking about AEW. Now, I love the match now. I love that blood and guts match.
Yeah.
But oh my God, the guy pulled his blade out right there. That was the cameraman's fault. Cameraman should have never been no angle where you can actually see this man pull the blade out his band, and he held it for what, like 2 minutes in his hand. Just a casual fan noticed this, you know. So that's part of it. This became a little too obvious now.
Yeah.
I remember, I'm old school. I remember.
You go back to.
I go back to the Junkyard Dog and Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Butch Reed. The Road Warriors was the scariest two motherfuckers that ever walked the planet when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I used to have to watch them from peeking around the door, you know, because when that music hit, I would shoot out the room, man.
I felt the same way about Kane and Undertaker.
And it felt real, you know.
Like, I could not watch them by myself, like, because it was just a fear.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Kane came significantly later.
Yeah.
After Undertaker debuted in like 91.
And Undertaker coming, rising up out of caskets, and Kane coming out of the pits of hell and shit. I'm just like, bro, what is going on?
And I can still remember the few things that just really fucked me up in wrestling. Like the Four Horsemen chased Dusty Rhodes. This was like they had a camera crew. They chased him down the street. He jumped out his Mercedes and they like beat his ass with bats and pipes and shit. You know, of course it wasn't real, but to a 9-year-old kid, like, oh shit, somebody called the police, you know?
Yeah.
Now if a 9-year-old kid watches it, he gonna turn to his friend like, man, that was a pretty good segment right there, wasn't it? You know?
I was telling T-Rock, and I tell people just in general, I remember back when I was small and I started watching wrestling. Because back then I used to watch Larry Sabisco. Of course you had Macho Man, you had people like that.
Oh, man.
And so I was telling T-Rock this, I was like, you know, I remember when I was a child, I thought, if I see Macho Man out in town, he gonna have the same shit on. I thought I was gonna see
the tassels and
all that shit. Oh yeah,
I
want another 5 and shit like that. Ooh yeah, brother, and make sure it's crispy.
But did you watch the documentary? They pretty much said that was the guy's personality in real life.
And I believe it. I believe it because like little snippets I be seeing, like he did something with the Migos not too long ago.
Yeah,
and like that's look like that's how he really act.
Scared of Migos? Because he died.
You're talking about Flair.
That's what I'm
talking about. Flair. I'm talking about Flair.
Yeah. Flair, well see, one thing about Flair's character, he's just being himself.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the attire. I'm talking about like when I said when it comes to Macho, I thought I was gonna see Macho in the fucking in line at Wendy's or some shit back in the day.
With the tassels.
Oh shit, I'm recognizing. Oh shit, Macho Man right there in the fucking front of the line. Tell me he want this, and this. Oh yeah, but that didn't happen obviously because they turn this shit off when they get off camera.
And then Junkyard Dog was just like my uncle, so I thought that was cool as shit, you know?
Yeah.
Shout out to Bobo.
Everybody's like, man, your uncle looks just like your Junkyard Dog, you know? And that's what turned me on to it. One of my favorite two uncles, he'd come over our house every Sunday morning, 10 o'clock, and me and him would sit there and watch wrestling. And for years and years, me and him did that, and I just kept doing it, carried it on with my kids.
Yeah.
Now they done outgrew it, you know, they don't do it anymore.
It happens.
Yeah.
I still watch it faithfully, like we already spoke about it this Sunday, which tonight.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this on Wednesday, it already happened. But tonight, you know, got fucking Backlash. And I'm looking forward to seeing these girls and guys hopefully put on a great performance and take care of their business in the ring.
And I think I told you this about me and wrestling. I ain't gonna go into detail. Wrestling I didn't tell you before, kind of saved my life, you know.
Yeah.
If I hadn't been at home watching wrestling on a Monday, I would have been somewhere, you know,
you weren't supposed to.
I wasn't supposed to be here.
Yeah.
You know, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today.
And I tell you all the time, just from man to man, I'm so fortunate that, you know, it's good that you got past that part of your life and you're here with us today. Because, man.
Yeah, so the story of being Clyde and Swap,
I got a question, man. I know the details and stuff, but like, what kind of intrigues you to just? I don't know if you like know that it's bad or you just don't give a damn or what, but like, what kind of intrigues you to just keep living that lifestyle?
Some people, and I'm not in this ratio at all. Some people, it's an adrenaline rush for them. It ain't, you know, they've made their money, they've done it, but a lot of them is just a lifestyle. They can't get past the lifestyle of things, and some people just don't grow up, you know, just point blank. Some people just don't grow up. But for a lot of people, it's a persona. They want to carry this persona on, and that's what a lot of it is.
I'm sorry to cut you off, brother, but even, you don't gotta go into detail too much, but like, at one point, you know, you're making some cash money, it's in your hand every time, you're doing your thing, you know, like, hey, and things come with that too, you know, access, whatever, you know, women, shit like that, you're like, fuck it,
Straight in the club without
All
having to
this
stand in line.
All this shit. And
Pull up, jump out, go get stamped. All that
shit.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you
It's
being
perks,
younger.
there's perks to it, but also at the same time, it's drawbacks too.
Yeah, but you know, you was asking, what made you keep doing it? What made you get to that route? It's just that, unless you had like a lack of guidance in the home, but it's like, at that time, it's like,
Growing up, I was the oldest.
Yeah.
And, I was the only boy. So I felt like I had a responsibility for my household and,
And your block.
Yeah. And, and I had people around me that helped me get where I needed to be to make sure everything in my house was straight, you know what I mean? But it ain't the best decisions,
Yeah.
And I'd be the first to admit, I wish I had went right instead of left, And, but going right, the kind of, what they say, don't kill you, only makes you stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that. Y'all go into a lot of details that ain't killed me yet, and I'm still standing here strong as can be.
Correct.
A little bruised and battered, but not defeated.
Correct. Yeah. Which I'm so I'm happy as fuck, bro.
Very blessed.
Yes, sir. Blessed in the motherfucker.
Yeah.
But glad it worked out in your favor. But we're going to WrestleMania next year, bro.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to WrestleMania. I can't wait. I'm going back again. But I know you don't watch, but it's okay.
I feel kind of left out of this conversation.
Nah.
And it's cool. Do you?
It's a bucket list for me.
But we can't. I know something we can't talk about. You all about on. Now I don't want to put you on the spot, but we know we both Cowboy fans.
Yeah.
Y'all used to make fun of me at work. And I said this before in previous podcasts, but he one of these motherfuckers that made fun of me because I had a dual fanship. With the Patriots.
Shit.
Well, that part, but him, Korea, all you motherfuckers to say, man, how you gonna be a fan of the Patriots and the Cowboys? How this shit work? I would smile regardless. The Cowboys blew it and didn't fucked up. The Patriots usually.
I know where you going with this.
And then check this out: the opening game this year.
Well, that's the Bucks.
But your boy still
Tom Brady's
yeah.
still doing his thing.
Yeah.
I look forward to that. I can't wait to that. The Thursday night, Monday night, whatever it is.
It's Thursday night.
I can't wait to that shit. But you can speak to this as far as the fanship. You want to go ahead and just make a proclamation?
I do it right here live on the podcast.
Talk to people about it.
Everybody knows for 30 plus years
Yeah,
I've been a die-hard Jet fan. You come to my house, you see it everywhere. I wore it on my back religiously. Cup, lunchbox, whatever.
Yeah.
But I also said 2 years ago when they hired that dumbass, Gase, if they hired a coach who was already a fucking loser, lost games. For the other team, why would you go get a subpar coach anyway?
Hey, get that black man out there, get this white man out there.
So I'm like, the hell with this. If they lose out, I'm gone. So I gave them 2 seasons. I sat there in closet. You ain't gonna. I said I put this on everything I love. If this shit, if they bottom out, I'm gone. And I was real about it. There's no more anything in my house hanging up. I always like Henry. Good running back. So I've been rooting for the Titans. So I'm gonna say this right here now. No longer a Jet fan. I'm a Tennessee Titan fan.
That's a good look because Henry is a beast, man. I follow him all the way through Alabama, man.
And I've been watching him since Alabama. Kind of watch him on the cool. I was like, all right, you guys don't want to act right. And it ain't just the coaching. Their front office is a bunch of dumbasses.
I mean,
that's the dumbest front office I've ever seen.
Your boy Mark's franchise. Sanchez up there doing this thing, went back to back.
Don't do it. Don't bring it up because you love to bring it up every year or so. Let's let that bump. Let's let that whole.
But see, I'm kind of like you when it comes to college though. I got two teams.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, for one, I'm gonna rep Arkansas because that's
we can be tattooed on you something.
That's natural. But 2014, man, I took a liking to Alabama. And I'm gonna tell you why, bro, because I've been watching Alabama for a minute before then, but when I actually went to the Alabama versus Arkansas game in Fayetteville, bro, that shit turned me all the way up. Like Arkansas, I think they lost. It was a 14-15, but man, like
they played though.
They played. Just the energy, bro. Just the energy, man. Like I had much respect for Alabama during the game, bro. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna start fucking with these guys, man. Because for one, their coach is a beast.
Yeah.
Nick Saban.
Yeah, I'm scared not to play good.
Woo, man, dude is a beast, man, and he always brings in good prospects, bro. No matter what. So,
well, I think now it's it's easier because this overall the namesake and it's a pipeline straight
Right.
to the damn league. Because even
Right.
in this year's draft, man, they had about 15 motherfuckers.
yeah,
going.
he gonna send somebody.
So
to
it's
the
just
draft
you don't have to
every
really do
year.
much for recruiting. It is proven that you come here, the best come, we're gonna take care of this business, we're gonna get you at least in the championship game,
Right.
and more likely you're gonna win the motherfucker. And you're gonna be highlighted every weekend.
Yep.
You're gonna be on TV on everybody's screen. So I'm not saying you're still out here grinding, but for the most part it's kinda easy now because they always winning. So like, yeah, if I'm a 5-star, I'm gonna go where I know for sure. I'm going
Running backs
straight.
go to starters in the league, quarterbacks go to backup players.
Yeah.
Check. So
Yeah, all that
never
part.
does. I just always kind of bounced around with college. I still do like Miami. I used to like Penn State. Used to like Penn State.
Sandusky and then fuck it all up for you.
Sandusky and his
Penn
crew.
State hitting niggas and boys and shit.
So I had to kind of ease away from that franchise.
Oh,
I liked
yeah.
Ohio State.
I was about to ask you
Fuck
that.
the
I was about to ask you
Yeah.
that.
Fuck the Buckeyes. I'm more for the Wolverines and shit like that.
I used to like the Wolverines, but that was like back in the day when I can't remember who they had now. Charles Woodson was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had a good squad then. But basketball, always gonna be North Carolina. Always been diehard Tar Heel.
Yeah, I fuck out the Blue Bloods in NCAA. I was happy that this year they kind of had no representation as far as Blue Bloods and motherfuckers.
We'll bounce back. We gonna bounce back.
I don't know, cause your boy gone. You think, oh, I have a white wife and I'm proud. Like, shut your coon ass up, nigga. You don't give a fuck about you proud of being with a white woman. I mean, it is what it is. You fuck that snow bunny how you want to. I mean, snow bunnies are fun. They can swallow dick. It's cool. But it's just like, you gonna get up. Dude got up.
Okay.
That's stupid. But this dude, like, I got a white wife. I was like, okay, what they got to do with your program? That's on progress, nigga, I guess. But back to your team. They don't actually really bounce back, bro. Duke and them don't really come back.
I can fuck what Duke does.
I'm
I
saying
hope they
general.
never come back.
I'm
you
saying,
know?
I know that to the extent what you have. I'm saying just as far as the Blue Bloods, man. The typical people who always be at the top of the college basketball
It
scene.
may take a minute, but yeah, North Carolina always rises back.
Like UCLA was trying to do something in that tournament this past year. I said, oh, look, the boys finally, doing something.
You don't believe Arkansas went as far as they did?
No, I'm not shocked.
You not?
No, because at one point Arkansas was a great basketball school, and of course took time off with that. But no, the basketball team usually be way superior than the football team in most cases. And no, I was surprised they boys can hoop.
Yeah, he had a pretty good squad this year.
Yeah, and I think next year they're projected to be better next year.
I wonder why they don't like. Why is the basketball team like better than the football team? Like,
Yeah, because in basketball, okay, I'm gonna say it right now. For those who know, it's still race up on the hill. Black people still being marginalized. You know how shit go. But in basketball, you can't deny black talent. It's hard. Cause how many white boys line up to take this fucking, them spots in the basketball teams versus football? Where, the coach may be on the squad, he coaching his son, like it was with the basketball, the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
The damn coach on the damn team this year, so he gonna put his son in over whoever comes to that damn school. But basketball, you can't deny it. You gotta let these brothers play. And most guys they recruiting gonna be brothers anyway. So that's how that works. You gotta, that shit go up in the hill and just in general. That's
Politics.
all that shit. That's why one thing about Alabama, Nick don't give a fuck. Come bring your black ass on the play. Yeah, we're gonna win another ring. I don't give a fuck what color you are. If you happen to be black, that's cool. Come on, do it. Bring your 5-star ass on over here and get this ball and run this pill down the line.
A lot of these schools don't want to go recruit inner city kids.
Yeah.
But that's where your talent is. Yeah.
Yep, and nothing too. Arkansas, we're not really minding. Certain schools have a stronghold in regions already, especially Texas programs, man. It's just like it's hard for outside people to go into Texas and grab these talents because they going to the Longhorns, they going to Texas Tech, they going wherever. They gonna stay they go to Houston, play for Houston or whatever, or they may already go had their mind made up on this program regardless.
Like UAPB, they got a lot of their talent come from up north, like St. Louis and in that area, places like that. And believe it or not, a lot of them came from band followings. You know, they did those band. They see how the band would come so strong. Like, man, where is that at? UAPB. And they would follow UAPB, and they're down here playing.
Correct. Yeah. But I think basketball, they them boys straight down now. So I'm not really worried about them boys. They did a good job this year. I'm glad. I would go to the Final Four next year. If it win, it'd be great too.
Well, I'm waiting on NBA playoffs. See what these Lakers do.
You know what? I like LeBron James. I love LeBron James. So wherever he go, I'm gonna go ahead and support him. Okay, why don't you think hands? Go ahead, talk, speak. So I can rebuttal the shit out of that. Come on.
I ain't saying shit. You can't rebuttal silence, nigga.
Who?
I'll take your bandwagon ass over here with the Lakers, man. You LeBron fans can come on.
See, we talked about this at work for the prior job. So let me say, when it comes to basketball, if you love an individual player, let's say right now, there's some kids out there who love Stephen Curry. Mm-hmm. And Steph Curry, and let's say in 3 years and the contract's up or whatever it is, you know what? They done kind of moved on from him. The Warriors want to do something else. Thank you very much for your service, Steph Curry, but we want you to kind of let you go. You may be too expensive, whatever the case may be. If Steph Curry let's say he goes to the Lakers, or he goes to New York, put him out there on right there in the Garden. If people want to say, I love Steph Curry, I'm going to cheer on this man wherever he goes.
I kind of feel that. I'm a diehard Laker now.
So, go ahead.
But AI was always one of my favorite players. So I watched AI.
Yeah.
Man, I was torn. I was still rooting for the Lakers.
2006 or whatever they played together in the finals.
Was it 2006? Something like,
what year was that they played some boys in the final? AI and the
against the Lakers?
Yeah.
Oh, that was 2001.
2001.
Yeah, that was 2001.
So you conflicted then here probably.
Yeah, I was still watching that from my hospital bed, bro. That was. I remember that time.
Yeah.
I still can't believe he never got a championship.
Well, he ran into the Lakers.
That's
But he played his ass off, though.
Yeah, he ran to the fucking Lakers. Yeah. Eric Snow don't do so much for you.
And that was like my favorite player. I had AI jersey. So I can understand.
But that's what I'm saying. So if I love LeBron as a person, not just as an NBA player, people can hate on LeBron all they want to, but this man, up to this point, for the most part, has not shown any particular bad things about the man.
No, I don't hate on LeBron.
He's taking care of his business as a team. He's taking care of his community. He's putting people through school. He's been a great role model in general, overall. He speaks on the right issues.
I was one of the people why are they hating on this man?
Because
he's talented? I mean, what the hell?
Because that's how it go, man. You're at the top, somebody gonna hate your ass.
I respect him. I ain't hating on him.
I did have one issue with him, though.
Go ahead, what about?
When he went back to Cleveland. When that man talked all that shit and damn near got his house burned down or whatever, I wouldn't never went back to fucking Cleveland.
Well, I think he didn't do it for those white folks. He did it for his community.
He did it for his community. I understand. That would have been hard. Go back to Cleveland,
but he did
play for this son of a bitch.
And he did that shit. I said, that's tight. So as a LeBron fan, so you got people shit on me as far as you got bandwagon or you shook your head or whatever. Wherever LeBron go, I'm cheering for that man because that man is doing one great thing.
I agree with it, but I just didn't like going back to Cleveland and playing.
So going back to this year, if they don't win the chip and see stumble upon out the gate, whatever, I'm fine because he brought the title back to LA.
Yeah.
He did. He did what he said he was gonna do. Everywhere this man has gone, he has promised and delivered. And so that man is great. If they don't win it, oh well. They got one last year. I seen Lakers win one last year. I was happy for your boy AD when he got his first one. So that's good. AD got him.
Well, I'm old school. I've seen him win several. I go back to the Magic era. I'm a throwback Laker. I'm a Showtime
A's and everything.
I still got it there. I still have a James Worthy jersey. It's probably about 20 some years old.
Yeah.
So I am a diehard Laker fan.
No, I agree with you. Hey, so Rondo, how you think? I
would love to see Rondo stay there, man. I knew he was gonna move on. Yeah. But I would like to.
But
stay.
You got one with the fucking Celtics. And
you got one with the Celtics.
You got the Lakers.
It's kind of get the two rival things going. That's kind of cool.
That was my team, man. Back when they went to the ship 2 years in a row with the Lakers, 2007, 2008.
Talk about the Celtics.
Yeah, man. Hey. Big Baby Davis, they had Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rondo.
As a Laker, I am, obligated to hate them.
Man,
which I do.
Hey, me and my partner, we was right down here at Casano's, man. I was so pissed that they lost that game, bro. I was mad, but I had fun overall.
And them boys, the Lakers came back and got, the Lakers always be winning. They good. Yeah, so I mean, even as a Laker fan, I can see how you like. There's really no big lull in your particular celebration because they always come back and do their thing. Because it's the Lakers.
You gotta see, next time you crib, you get to see the plaque. I got, as soon as they won the championship, I ordered it.
Okay.
It's a plaque that has all of their banners in it, but they're small versions of it, including the one from this year.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool.
But yeah, no,
Who they signed with, Chamberlain?
What's up, say again?
Lakers. Didn't he play for the Lakers?
Yeah, played for the Lakers.
Yeah.
That's who he scored the 100 with.
Yeah.
But no, that shit's tight, man. But yeah, shout out to LeBron James. He ain't gonna watch this shit, but still shout out to the motherfucker, man.
He might watch it.
Hey, if you are watching LeBron, thank you.
The whole team, man, the way they just stepped up during the pandemic and rolled it out.
He said himself, he said that's actually one of his hardest championships because you're in that bubble.
You're in a bubble.
But you literally, it's straight basketball. Like there's no fans, it's straight basketball. Between me and you on this court, it's straight basketball.
Well, you got your digital fans up there in the stand, doing this right here.
I'd be so glad when this shit's over.
Yeah.
That shit drives me crazy about watching wrestling. I hate
They
them.
both on the road in July.
I hate them screens.
July
digital
16th.
fans.
Yeah, but you know they gotta do what they gotta do. But
all that new camera jumpy shit.
I was watching UFC this weekend again, man. I'm so happy. Like I love hear the roar of the crowd and seeing the actual people moving. That shit tight, man. I'm happy for that too. To be going back a little bit back to normal.
Just like the energy.
That part
the feel of it. Yeah.
Man, it's great to hear the roar, boos, or whatever the case may be, chants or whatever.
Yeah.
And seeing people interact, man, it's good. So even at my restaurant, we 100%. Like I said, now with the new mandate from the CDC saying if you vaccinated, you don't need no fucking mask at all. You see that?
What?
Oh, you missed the news?
Me personally, bro,
You don't watch the news?
I don't watch the news.
Well, you should. I told you
It's
it's
depressing.
That is depressing, and it's always some bullshit. They never tell the right side of the story.
No, that's facts. They fucking up. But real quick, yes, on May 13th, they announced that if you're a vaccinated individual, you no longer need to wear your mask indoors, outdoors, nothing like that. You're fine to walk around maskless. And it's driven by money too. But yeah, they're trying to. I thought it'd be by the 4th of July weekend.
Trying to get the economy back. Right?
Oh, they're trying to. That's why they said fuck it. But now it's kind of hard to know who's who because no one's gonna come around and say, "I'm vaccinated."
Walk around with your card.
Hey, vaccinated, back.
Right. Let me see your card.
No, let's get back to so that they bust we already kind of listed the mandate indoors. Like we encouraged it, but we didn't not enforce it. But now the staff we still wear. But I can see it here shortly. We're gonna not wear ours either. But no, it's happening. It's out there. That's why the UFC kind of doing their thing as far as full capacity. Double or nothing, they're gonna be at full capacity. And then of course wrestling will be back on the road come July.
I did see that shit is hitting what country is that?
India.
India real tough right now.
But China's been open for the past 9 months and we never know their true numbers.
Right.
They literally out there doing their thing.
Way more fucking people though.
Of course, but like I said, we can't really get real numbers. You can't really trust the World Health Organization because everybody lie for funding purposes and shit like that. You gotta be cautious out there.
That's why I don't watch the news. It's full
but you still gotta know. You still gotta know. You still gotta know what's going on around you.
True.
It's all about you. How you ever receive the news, it's up to you to do what you're gonna do with it mentally. But you still gotta know what's going on around you because you don't want to be surprised. Like, what the fuck going on? Well, Bobby, it was on the fucking news. Your ass went down the wrong block and shit.
I'm gonna tell you
what, my half shit blowing up, you done drove into it.
Like, what the fuck going on?
I'm gonna tell you though, my news, Facebook. Cause somebody gonna say something on there.
So you know about the crack bridge, right? You know about the crack bridge?
I-40 bridge.
I know about the bridge.
Okay, all right. We don't want you to fall in the
That's how I found
see
out.
one car going across the bridge. It's Bobby. Like, what the hell? Man, I'm gonna get to work on time today.
Clear.
That's how I found out the bridge was cracked. Facebook. Shout out to Mark Zuckerberg.
But there you go. But we gotta go and close this out, bro. We really got nowhere you can't really follow it, man. But hey, he ain't really have nothing to promote. But hey, thanks for joining us.
Promote myself.
He promoting positivity, man. And
being involved with the kids. Good seeing you too, bro.
Yeah, I will say this: we were a pretty tight team out there, man. A Super Bowl team, if you want to put it in sports terms.
Yeah, man. But we fuck with each other. Everybody, what's going on. You got to know. We talk often. But no, thanks for coming through. Seriously,
Bro,
good seeing you.
Anytime, man.
Go get that wrestling podcast.